This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhoneAppReview.com. Today we're checking out a new physics puzzler slash, physics puzzler, action puzzler, I guess you could say, for the iPhone called World of Blocks that's loaded up and ready to go. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and slap it. Just want to mention very quickly that it does have a very Greco-Roman kind of feel to it, which you can already see via the main menu here. And this application is available for 99 cents in the App Store, so not too terribly expensive there. We're going to go ahead and hit start, and this is of course a fresh installation, so we're not too far into the gameplay. Let me actually go back and do the very first level. As mentioned, this application is a physics puzzler, which means it has a lot of the same characteristics as that specific great physics puzzler that we all know, Angry Birds. Most notably the fact that you're going to be shooting various units out of another monster-style cannon, and you have the option to choose between them. So for instance, I'm going to choose this one, whose name I don't remember, and you're going to be blasting them at various foundations and fortresses and stuff, trying to achieve certain objectives. In this case, you don't want the green guys to fall off of their post, but you do want the blue guys to do this. To do this, simply pull back the cannon, aim with as much power as you want, and then whack-a-mole. And away they go. So it is that easy, and of course you can do the same thing by reloading this and instead going after the crystals, get a few more points. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that. And as you notice, by pulling back on the little cannon, I can actually gear up or tone down the amount of force that the cannon will actually use. So for instance, that was not good enough. Fire it again, and then knock the baddies down. And there we go, so I've now completed the level. In true Angry Birds-esque style, you do have a level list that can be sorted through, and as you can see, you're going to get a ton of different levels. You've got a bunch of different stages to work through. I think the grand total is something like 65 different levels, which is actually quite a lot. That's a lot of content to work through. Here's a better example. You've got green blocks that you're not supposed to let fall. You've got bad blocks that you do want to knock down, and boom blocks that will explode if you hit them. Already explained that sort of thing. Here are the various units that you've got. Of course, you do have various monsters that are included, and in fact, instead of having you read that, which is kind of boring, I'm just going to show you. Here's a variety. So for instance, if you want to freeze, you simply pick the freezy guy, which I just did, aim it at a platform, and then launch it, and now the platform is frozen. The idea now is that you grab the other unit, the more direct shooting unit, blast the guys, and then send them sliding. It is this kind of physics puzzling that we very much enjoy, and this is later displayed better in some of the later levels, in the sense that you have a variety of obstacles and things to work with. And the idea is that you're going to have to leverage what each of these guys does to get the job done, which is actually pretty cool, you know, mixing and matching various elements to sort of achieve the ultimate objective is fun, and it is quite challenging, which is something that we enjoyed quite a bit. So for instance, I've got this big honking guy right here that I'm going to fire, and I hope things work out. So there we go. So yes, the challenge included here is actually quite nice, and it's very rich. We do have to admit that we're not big fans of the physics engine that's included here. It's not our favorite. We found it just a bit too finicky, especially when compared to something like Angry Birds as the classic. It just wasn't our favorite in the world. We found it a bit too sensitive, but at the same time we feel like future updates could easily iron it out, because it's not so drastic as to be a game, a game destroyer at this point in time. But essentially that's all we have to say about it, other than the graphics look great. We love the art style and the concept that's going on here. This is not just a direct Angry Birds clone. This is something entirely different, and we very much appreciate the application for that. And aside from that, we do still recommend it. It is only $1 in the App Store, or excuse me, it's free. Free in the App Store, which is quite the bargain to jump onto, especially considering you're going to get a ton of content to play through. So with all of that in mind, we are going to go ahead and sign out and leave you with that note, but we are going to leave you with a star rating first, and the star rating we're going to assign to this is a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. And at this point, that's all I have to say about it, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you guys later. Bye.